The sands of Arabia have seen many leaders rise and fall, but few have left a mark as profound as King Faisal bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Born in 1906, Faisal entered a world on the cusp of change. The Ottoman Empire, long a dominant force, was weakening. In the Arabian Peninsula, a new power was emerging, the House of Saud. Faisal's father, Abdulaziz, would soon unify the region and become the first king of Saudi Arabia. Growing up in this turbulent era, Faisal witnessed firsthand the challenges and opportunities facing his homeland. He received a traditional education, steeped in Islamic values and the history of his people. But Faisal was no ordinary student. He possessed a keen intellect and a thirst for knowledge that extended beyond the classroom. Even as a young man, Faisal displayed the qualities that would define his leadership. He was known for his intelligence, his piety, and his deep commitment to his people. These traits would serve him well as he embarked on a path that would shape the destiny of Saudi Arabia. Faisal's journey to kingship was marked by a series of crucial roles that honed his skills and revealed his abilities. At the age of just 16, he led a diplomatic mission to Great Britain, a testament to his burgeoning diplomatic acumen. 4 years later, he was thrust into the heart of conflict, commanding Saudi forces in the conquest of Asir, a victory that solidified his military credentials. As Faisal matured, his father recognized his potential and entrusted him with increasingly important responsibilities. In 1926, at the age of 20, Faisal was appointed Viceroy of Hejaz, a region of vital strategic and religious importance. This experience exposed him to the complexities of governance and the diverse needs of the Saudi population. Faisal's diplomatic talents shone brightly on the international stage. He represented Saudi Arabia at the League of Nations, advocating for the interests of his newly formed nation and the wider Arab world. His eloquence, combined with his firm grasp of global politics, earned him respect and admiration. His rise through the ranks of Saudi leadership continued as he was appointed foreign minister in 1930, a position he held for decades, shaping the kingdom's foreign policy. In 1964, after years of serving as crown prince and prime minister, Faisal ascended to the throne of Saudi Arabia. He inherited a nation grappling with internal challenges and external pressures. The discovery of oil had brought immense wealth, but it had also fueled social and economic disparities. Faisal's vision was clear: to modernize his kingdom while preserving its Islamic heritage. He believed that progress and tradition could go hand in hand. Faisal's reign marked a turning point in Saudi history. He embarked on an ambitious program of reform, tackling issues that had long hindered the nation's development. Central to his agenda was the need to diversify the Saudi economy, reducing its dependence on oil revenue. He understood that true prosperity lay in creating a more sustainable and resilient economic model. Faisal also recognized the importance of education and healthcare. He believed that investing in his people was the key to unlocking Saudi Arabia's true potential. His reforms touched every aspect of Saudi society, laying the groundwork for the modern nation it is today. Faisal's economic policies were nothing short of revolutionary for Saudi Arabia. He understood that the nation's vast oil wealth was a double-edged sword. While it provided immense financial resources, it also created an over-reliance on a single commodity, leaving the kingdom vulnerable to fluctuations in the global market. To address this challenge, Faisal implemented the first 5-year development plan in 1970. This ambitious program aimed to diversify the Saudi economy by investing heavily in infrastructure, industry, and agriculture. New roads, ports, and airports were constructed, connecting the vast expanse of the kingdom and facilitating trade. Factories were established, producing a wider range of goods and creating much-needed jobs. The agricultural sector was modernized, enhancing food security and reducing reliance on imports. Faisal's strategic management of oil resources also played a pivotal role in his economic reforms. He recognized the importance of coordinating oil production among oil-producing nations to stabilize prices and ensure fair returns. This belief led him to play a key role in the establishment of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC, in 1960. OPEC provided a platform for oil-producing nations to safeguard their interests and exert greater control over the global oil market. Investing in the future education and healthcare. Faisal believed a nation's greatest asset was its people. Education was the cornerstone of progress. Prior to his reign, education was limited, especially for girls. Faisal sought to change that. He expanded access to education across the kingdom. Schools were built in remote villages. Teachers were recruited from abroad. Scholarships encouraged higher education. Faisal's commitment included girls' education. He established girls' schools. Faisal also prioritized healthcare. He oversaw the construction of hospitals and clinics, ensuring access to medical care in remote areas. Doctors and nurses were recruited globally. Faisal's reforms had a profound impact. They increased literacy rates and improved health outcomes, creating new opportunities for countless Saudis. A voice for the Arab world. Faisal's foreign policy. King Faisal was a staunch advocate for Arab unity and a vocal supporter of the Palestinian cause. He believed in the power of a united Arab world that could stand up for its interests on the global stage. Faisal's foreign policy was characterized by his commitment to these principles, his skillful diplomacy, and his willingness to take bold actions when necessary. One of the most defining moments of Faisal's foreign policy came during the 1973 Arab-Israeli War. In response to the conflict, Faisal took the unprecedented step of leading an oil embargo against the United States and other countries that supported Israel. The embargo sent shockwaves through the global economy, causing oil prices to skyrocket and forcing Western nations to reconsider their policies in the Middle East. Faisal's actions during the oil crisis demonstrated his willingness to leverage Saudi Arabia's economic power to achieve political objectives. He successfully used the oil weapon to exert pressure on the West, forcing them to take the Arab world's concerns seriously. The embargo also highlighted the importance of Arab unity and solidarity in the face of external challenges. A legacy remembered, Faisal's enduring impact. On March 25, 1975, King Faisal's life was tragically cut short. He was assassinated by his nephew, Prince Faisal bin Musaid, in a shocking act that sent waves of grief and disbelief throughout Saudi Arabia and the Arab world. Faisal's assassination was a profound loss for Saudi Arabia. He was a leader who had dedicated his life to the service of his people and the advancement of his nation. Despite his untimely death, Faisal's legacy continues to shape Saudi Arabia today. His vision of a modern, prosperous, and influential nation built on a foundation of Islamic values and Arab identity has guided Saudi Arabia's development for decades. The economic reforms he implemented laid the groundwork for the kingdom's economic diversification efforts, which continue to this day. His investments in education and healthcare transformed Saudi society, empowering generations of Saudis and improving their quality of life. King Faisal's reign was a transformative period in Saudi history. He was a visionary leader who understood the challenges and opportunities facing his nation, and he possessed the courage, wisdom, and determination to lead Saudi Arabia into a new era. His legacy continues to inspire generations of Saudis and serves as a reminder of the power of visionary leadership. Learn more. Explore the story of King Faisal. King Faisal's story is one of leadership, vision, and unwavering commitment to his people. His life and reign offer valuable insights into the history of Saudi Arabia and the complex dynamics of the Middle East. To delve deeper into the life and legacy of this remarkable leader, numerous resources are available. Books like Faisal, King of Saudi Arabia by Alexei Vasilyev and The Kingdom Arabia, and The House of Saud by Robert Lacey provide comprehensive accounts of Faisal's life, his rise to power, and his impact on Saudi Arabia and the wider world. Documentaries and historical archives offer valuable visual and primary source materials that shed light on Faisal's personality, his leadership style, and the challenges he faced. Exploring the story of King Faisal is an enriching journey that